Welcome to another episode of Release, Rebirth and Rise. This is episode 3 of The Power Within, Unlocking Personal Energy for Transformation. In this third episode of our 5-part series, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful forces that shape our personal energy, emotions. In previous episodes, we began our journey by exploring personal energy and how it influences the way we interact with the world. In episode 1, we learned about the invisible energy field that surrounds us, our aura, and how our thoughts, feelings, and actions create vibrations that impact how we are perceived and how we connect with others. We also took the time to reflect on how our own energy feels and how we realign it to live more authentically. In episode 2, we explored the transformative power of our thoughts and beliefs. Through the story of Emily, we saw how shifting from a mindset of self-doubt to one of empowerment can dramatically change the energy we carry and the experiences we attract. We learned that our thoughts fuel our personal energy, and by identifying and shifting limiting beliefs, we can unlock our true potential. And now, in episode 3, we're going to explore the energetic underpinnings of our emotions. Emotions are the pulse of our personal energy, and when left unprocessed, they can hold us back and affect every aspect of our lives. We'll hear a short story about my mother's journey and how when we are confronting and releasing emotions can help with a new chapter of healing and transformation. So get ready to understand the vital role our emotions play in our personal energy and how acknowledging and processing them can lead to profound inner transformation. So let's dive in. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Release, Rebirth and Rise, a podcast focusing on healing, self-love, spirituality, manifestation, and moon magic, empowering you to create lasting change and connect deeply to your body and soul. Here I focus on ancient and ancestral healing such as energy healing, meditation, breathwork, all to help you create transformational results. So grab a pen and paper and get yourself ready and let's get into it. So welcome to today's episode of our podcast, where we explore a fundamental yet often overlooked aspect of our well-being, emotions. Emotions are not just fleeting feelings we experience in response to external events. They are powerful energetic forces within us, impacting our physical, mental, and spiritual health. When we understand emotions as energy in motion, we can see how they play a crucial role in shaping our lives. Emotions are an integral part of our personal energy field. Just like electricity flows through a wire, emotions flow through us, influencing our energy. These energies can either support us or hinder us, depending on how we engage with them. When we allow emotions to be processed, they flow freely, supporting balance and health. But when we resist them, suppress them, or leave them unresolved, they can accumulate and manifest in physical, mental, and emotional distress. Here's a quote for you to remember. What you resist persists. So our emotions create ripples in the energetic field around us. Every emotion we experience has a vibration. Joy vibrates at a higher frequency, while anger or grief vibrates at a lower frequency. These vibrations interact with our body's energy system, particularly the chakras, meridians, and the energetic space we share with each other. When emotions are processed and allowed to flow, they help maintain harmony in our energy field. But when we suppress or ignore them, they can stagnate. This stagnation manifests as blocks in our energy, which can lead to physical symptoms, mental unrest, and emotional numbness. So think of it like water that's trapped in a dam. It doesn't flow freely, and the longer it's held back, the more pressure it builds up. This pressure can eventually cause the dam to burst, or in our bodies, this can manifest as illness, tension, or chronic pain. When recognizing and addressing unsolved emotions, or unresolved, we all have unresolved emotions, often hidden deep within our subconscious. These might be emotions we've carried since childhood, or even past experiences that we never fully allowed ourselves to feel. Many of us, especially those of us who've been taught to be strong and keep it together, may have learned to suppress our emotions. But this unresolved emotional energy doesn't disappear. Instead, it lingers, subtly affecting our lives in ways we may not even realize. For instance, my mother's experience is a powerful example of what happens when we hold on to our emotions. Throughout her life, she was taught to keep her emotions in check, to never allow herself to cry or express her grief. As a result, she never processed the deep sorrow and pain she carried from her past. This unresolved energy began to manifest physically as chronic lung issues. The lungs in Chinese medicine are often associated with grief. My mother's inability to process her emotions became a literal blockage in her body, preventing her from fully breathing life in. As her health deteriorated, I began to see how deeply emotions are tied to our physical and energetic well-being. Witnessing her journey not only gave me insight into the power of our emotions, but they also empowered me to better understand and help others, including my youngest son. I see similar patterns in him, where held emotions manifest as energetic blockages. We actively encourage him to speak about his feeling, to get it off his chest, as we say. This simple practice of emotional release is transformative. It's a way of teaching him to not hold onto what doesn't serve him, so that his energy can flow freely. I want to be able to share with you some techniques for emotional healing. So, how can we begin to address and release unresolved emotions? One of the most powerful techniques I've come across is the work of Bradley Nelson, particularly his emotion code. This method helps us identify the trapped emotions in our bodies and clear them by releasing the energetic charge they hold. What's so beautiful about this work is that it doesn't require us to relive the trauma. Instead, we simply identify and release the emotional energy. I remember watching the documentary E-Motion for the first time. It was a pivotal moment in my healing journey. The techniques shared in that film helped him release so many pent-up emotions. As I practiced non-attachment to the memories or thoughts that arose, I began to see visions of where these emotions were trapped in my body. I had the intention to release, not relive, each emotion. With that intention, the energy would flow and release, and I would feel lighter, freer. The most important part of this process is allowing the energy to be felt without attaching to the thoughts or stories that come with it. We simply allow ourselves to feel, breathe, and release. And this is where tears come in. Sometimes our body's way of releasing trapped emotions is through crying. So let me share with you what it feels like to allow tears to flow. The first time I fully allowed myself to cry without judgment or resistance, it was an incredibly freeing experience. I felt the weight of years of emotional build-up release with each tear. It wasn't just the sadness, it was the relief, the liberation, the letting go. I wasn't attached to the tears or the thoughts that might have accompanied them. I just allowed them to flow. The beauty of this practice is that it frees us from the emotional baggage we carry. When we don't attach to the emotions and we allow them to move through us without letting them define us, we're not suppressing or avoiding anything. We're simply allowing the energy to shift, to be released, and to make space for newer, lighter energy. This process of releasing energy is crucial for healing, and it's a practice I use every day to maintain my well-being. As we've seen, emotions are more than just fleeting experiences. They are powerful energetic forces that shape our lives. When we fail to acknowledge or release them, they can lead to physical illness, mental unrest, and emotional blockages. By learning to feel our emotions fully and release them, we can restore balance to our energy field and pave the way for healing. In our next episode of this 5-part series, we'll explore values and personal power, how our values define our sense of purpose, and how understanding them helps us reclaim our personal power. So stay tuned, because this next topic will guide you to align your actions with your deeper values, enabling you to live a life of authenticity and empowerment. So thank you for joining me on today's exploration of emotions and their energetic underpinnings. I hope this episode inspires you to recognize the power that your emotions hold and begin to process and release any unresolved energy. If you're interested in learning more about the emotional release techniques, I highly recommend checking out eMotion and Bradley Nelson's Emotion Code. Until next time, remember to honor your emotions, allow them to flow, and know that you have the power to heal. See you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to my mum's podcast. We hope you learned something new. Remember to comment and leave a review.
And remember, you are worthy and you are enough.